play, and just across the board as good as you can do it out there on that particular play.
So 2-1 on Blandon. And Blandon, the right fielder, he leads them 4 triples on the year. He also has stolen 11 bases, 11 for 13. And out there in the bullpen, it was number 13, Andrew Wick, the right-hander. But Ogburn has
2 strikes, stays inside. A Turner can't run that one down. And I'll tell you what, the early activity in the bullpen for NC State, it's a function of a couple things. One, because we're in the regionals and the games are at such a premium, they're so valuable. But the bullpen for NC State is such a strong point of this team. I mean, realistically, from Ogburn, if they can get 5 innings from him, that would be tremendous. I mean, they have 5 guys down in that bullpen that have been absolutely lights out all year long, Wick being one of them. Some other guys we'll talk about as the game goes along. So, you know, part of it's Ogburn, part of it's the stakes of the game, but part of it, too, is that's really one of the strongest points of this NC State team is that bullpen.
Runner goes, hit and run. Ratledge puts Wolfpack's 44 wins belong to that bullpen. So obviously they have the big name Rodon everybody talks about, a Golden Spikes finalist last year. We'll see him pitch tomorrow. But that bullpen has been such a strength for the Wolfpack. They know that, like you said, if they can get 4, 5, 6 innings out of their starter, the bullpen, more times than not, will bring it home for them. So Jake Thomas, we saw him just miss a pitch. He flew out to deep right in the warning track earlier. He hits this one hard, but it's lined right to Terrence Sine.
Been in and out of trouble. We talked about how good the NC State bullpen is. Coach Avent, for those unfamiliar, likes to take a while out on the mound with his pitcher and catcher before he makes a decision. Sometimes he has his mind made up before he goes out there. Sometimes he doesn't, but wouldn't be surprised. And if he leaves him in, certainly there'll be a very short leash for Ethan Ogburn going forward. He's just pitching behind, and when he is in the zone, Binghamton putting some really good swings on him.
So Mike Duffy, home plate umpire, will come out. We look in the bullpen. There's number 13, Andrew Wick. A good look on him. And, yeah, that is going to be it for Ethan Ogburn. So 3 2/3 innings worked. And we will take a quick break here from Raleigh as Ogburn heads off. His team still leading 2-1 in the top of the 4th. Getting a drink in the dugout now is Ogburn. 3 2/3 innings worked for him. And there's a look at the new guy, number 13, Andrew Wick. Another right-hander. We know we'll see a left-hander tomorrow. But NC State throwing a couple of righties now against Binghamton. And it is Wick in the game now.
And Wick's had a lot of value for NC State throughout the course of this year. Junior college transfer. Really a max effort, shorter right-hander, fastball slider guy. And it's a plus slider. He's able to get some swing and misses. He's resilient. He's bounced back pretty well. He's thrown 24. He's had 24 appearances this year, 44 innings. So he's a guy that can give you multiple innings as well. But in this situation with a runner on second base, a 2-0 count, a good guy to bring in because he'll pound the strike zone, and he can do it with a breaking ball as well as with his fastball.
So Wick needs to come in here and immediately throw strikes to Howell, the shortstop. Wick's last appearance was in the ACC tournament. That was May 24th against the Miami Hurricanes. He threw 3 innings full, gave up no hits, no runs, walked 1 and struck out 2 in 41 pitches. So a good outing for him last time, a game that NC State won against Miami. He misses on his first pitch, 3-0 now on the shortstop Howell.
And you saw the breaking ball, even though he comes in with a 2-0 count, right to the breaking ball. Probably see a fastball here, and you throw it 2-0. Normally you throw it 3-1. So no mystery here. Wick trying to get a punch out. At worst, you end up with a walk. Doesn't want to give Howell something he can drive in this run with.
And that's inside, and he walked him. So 2 balls thrown from Ogburn, 2 balls from Wick. And it is the first walk of the day.
Now batting, the catcher, number 6, Nick Panzarella.
That'll bring up the catcher, Nick Panzarella. He flied out in his only time up thus far. And he made a nice throw from behind the plate to get Jake Fincher out in the bottom of the third, because if Fincher steals that base, who knows, Austin could get a hit and bring in another run. But Panzarella put that throw on the money and got him. Hitting just .204 on the year. Looking for some timely hitting. There's the breaking ball.
We've talked about Howell and Panzarella, and clearly they're defense over offense type players. But if you're going to construct a college baseball team, that's where you want to have your plus defenders. You want to have them in the middle of the diamond, center field, shortstop, second base, and behind the plate. So no surprise to see those guys shine defensively early. That's really their strong suit.
Wick checking the runners. Now he'll come to the plate. And he misses with the fastball. So Wick just 4 pitches in, 3 balls, 1 strike. Trying to bear down and get the catcher, Panzarella. Panzarella, a sophomore. Only made 1 start last season, but he has been a big contributor this year. With his defense, he's also driven in 11 runs. And the 2-strike count. The crowd here in Raleigh gets the clap going. And Panzarella wants time.
Stand in there, huh?
And he spoils the 1-2 pitch. Little grounder foul towards the Binghamton dugout.
You want to keep an eye on the runners out there. I know Binghamton doesn't use the stolen base much, getting Navarez out at second base, but Wick really, really slow and deliberate to home plate. It's a breaking ball count, tough situation for Panzarella. So if you wanted to start the runners, this would be an interesting time to consider it for Binghamton.
1-2, hit hard into right field. Fincher, leaping grab. Are you kidding me? That's a SportsCenter top 10 play if I've ever seen one.
Unbelievable play by Fincher down the line. Didn't think there was any way he was going to get to this ball. Full extension off the wrong foot at the last possible instant. Unbelievable catch for the Wolfpack.
Wow. And we will leave you with that as we go to the bottom of the fourth. I'm sure we'll replay that one again. Jake Fincher. Can you believe it? Off the nearby buildings, across the street. 2-1, the Wolfpack lead. As you see the top of the fifth, full stands, standing room only for the Pack here, as tickets sold out for this regional. It'll be the 9-hitter Bill Bereznowitz to lead things off, and he should be a member of the all-name team in the tournament.
Bereznowitz. You were waiting for me to take a shot at it.
Bereznowitz.
Bereznowitz. There you go.
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
I got it done. I waited 5 innings, but I got it done.
I wouldn't do that to you, Mac. 0-2 now on the center fielder. Call him the center fielder, number 2, Bill Bereznowitz. 282 hitter on the year. A junior. He's been a good player for the Bearcats as he takes that pitch outside. Consistent starter since his freshman year, so now his 3rd year. Louisville Slugger, freshman All-American, and America East All-Rookie team as a freshman. Consistent guy for them playing center field. He grounded out to Turner on that high hopper that Turner had to charge in on and play. Now he pokes one into left, and he's 0 for 2 as Adamets makes the catch. But that is a mouthful. Beresnowitz.
I'll tell you what, these guys, they're very well coached. Coach Sinicki, as you mentioned, his 21st year. You really see a defined approach with 2 strikes, guys using the other side of the field. And a lot of times you don't see that in college baseball. That's a system-wide thing that clearly the right-hand hitters do a nice job of. You saw Beresnowitz do it right there. Results in and out, but if you put the ball in play, you've always got a chance to get hits, especially in the college level. You don't put pressure on defenses if you strike out a lot. I'm impressed with that from Binghamton here thus far.
So the leadoff hitter is 2 for 2. That's Zach Blandon, the right fielder. First time he's faced Wick today. Or tonight, I should say, at this point, just after 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. Wick nibbling on the outside corner, 1-2 now. Blandon, couple of singles, one in the first, one in the third. And Binghamton, just the 1 run. They have 5 hits. They've been all over the base paths. Very impressive here early. Fights that pitch away. 2-strike approach. Just try to get to another pitch. Get one that you can handle.
And it gets you another look at Wick's breaking ball. He got ahead with the fastball there, and that was a pretty good breaking pitch. Got to spoil that. Sometimes getting a second or third look at it gives you a better chance to square it up. Sometimes he doesn't throw one that's as good. Maybe he'll hang the next one. Never know.
Kind of overthrows that one a little bit, low and outside. So 2-2. So Wick came in last inning to fill in for Ogburn with a 2-0 count on Howell. He walked him on the next 2 pitches and then got a line out. Blandon is 3 for 3. Well, you can't ask any more of your leadoff hitter if you're Coach Sinicki. Another base hit.
Sharp single on a fastball, middle of the strike zone. Zach Blandon means business tonight. Seen a couple knocks to the opposite field. He's right on this one. You see a little bat flip there. You can tell he's feeling good off the bat. He knew he squared that one up. And as you mentioned, on base again. It's up to the rest of these guys in the Binghamton order to string a few more hits together. He's certainly done his part to this point.
Shands, the third baseman, is 0 for 2 today. They'll try to get something going here with 1 out. Blandon on first. Leads the team with 11 stolen bases in 13 attempts. We haven't seen Binghamton try to go yet, as that breaking ball misses.
You know what you say on that breaking ball, Andrew?
What's that?
Say that pitch was down the middle. Okay? That was a good pitch. I think
the crowd would agree with you there.
Caught everybody. Yeah, the crowd likes that assessment. I think our home plate guy's been very solid tonight. That was just a good pitch from Wick that he didn't get.
So 1-1. And there he goes, hit and run, and it's in the perfect position, right past where Ratledge had been standing. He goes to cover second base. Just how you draw up the hit and run. Chance with the single, runners on the corners, and only 1 away.
Yeah, fastball up and out of the strike zone, as you mentioned. Ratledge vacates. You'd like him to come straight in and then break to the bag. After the ball gets through the hitting area, he elects to go straight to the bag. And we saw the 1-out hit and run earlier from Binghamton, so certainly a play, and I like it. Staying aggressive, trying to make some things happen, and all of a sudden, this is where you want to be. You want to leverage your best hitter. First, third situation for Thomas, who's hit the ball hard a couple times. He comes up in a big spot right here with 1 out in the 5th.
You're absolutely right. He flew out to the warning track right at about right center where it says 380. So pretty deep out there. And then he lined one to Sine to end the 3rd inning. So Thomas has been all over it, and there's number 12, Josh Easley. He's another right-hander, long reliever for NC State. And we'll see another slow walk out for Coach Avent. Might this be the end for Andrew Wick?
I'd be surprised if it was here. I don't know if Easley's had enough time to really get hot, but it's not a great matchup. Wick that fastball, breaking ball guy, better matchup on right-handed hitters, that breaking ball, the lefties, that'll end up right in Thomas's wheelhouse. But if anything, if he is going to give Wick this hitter, it gives Easley a little bit more time to get ready.
How about Binghamton? They have had at least one base runner in every inning tonight so far, putting the pressure on the Wolfpack a little bit defensively. And State has made some nice plays. They got a double play in the second. Turner made a nice play defensively on Bereznowitz in the third. And then the incredible catch by Fincher in the fourth. But outside of those fine defensive plays, it's Binghamton, only the one run. They've been, like I said, putting pressure on NC State all night long.
Well, they have. And the other thing about that conference there, the Elliott event, is in a first-third situation with one out, you want to let your defense know where you want them to play, especially your middle guys. Do you want them back at double play depth? You can play them in between so they have a place, they have a chance to go to home plate on a slow roller. You want to make sure you get everybody on the same page as well.
Thomas fouls it straight back on Wick. 1-1 now. Binghamton, a golden opportunity here. Runners on the corners, one out. Your best hitter up. 0 for 2 today, so his average has dropped to 378. That throw, a little high. A couple oohs and ahs from the crowd, but Sine has it. Wick looking for the strikeout, looking for the double play ball. And he's looking both ways before he crosses the street right here. Over to third, then to first.
Shant's not really a threat to run over there at first. I'm not sure whether it's a case of trying to hold him close or whether Wick just not comfortable going to the plate with whatever pitch has been called.
Oh, Thomas way early on that. That was hit on the button as well. Over there towards the stands. You got to watch out down there, because that ball was whistling. But it's a loud strike. 1-2.
This is where the plate discipline of Thomas comes in. It's a 1-2 count right here. Very difficult to punch him out. If you could, you'd like to get him chase something out of the strike zone.
Did he go? Austin wanted to check down the first. No appeal necessary. Check down to third, excuse me. But Thomas pretty clear he did not go around. So 2-2 now. Binghamton already 7 hits to 4 for NC State. They'd like a clutch one here. Wick deals outside.
That didn't look like he wanted to throw that fastball near the plate to Thomas. Actually threw a changeup, which you don't see from Wick very often on the pitch before. I would think he'd go back to his breaking ball here, 3-2. Now you might see the third to first move, because this is a chance for Shantz to be in motion over at first base possibly as well.
There he goes. Thomas, high fly ball towards the bullpen. Fincher coming in. And not able to get to that one.
I'll tell you what, Fincher, this guy has unbelievable body control out there. We saw the amazing play he made earlier. I mean, how often do you see a right fielder get in that kind of a position where he, at full speed, basically runs on a diagonal along the wall and almost had a play on that ball? Just a terrific luxury to have a guy that's that athletic to play right field here at NC State's home ballpark.
Three-two count, one out. And just as you said, the look to third and look to first move as Shantz did take off on that last pitch.
Well, it makes sense to run him because you've got a guy on the plate. At the plate, you're very confident that he'll put it in play, and it gives you a chance to stay out of the double play and score the run. If you're Shantz over there at first base, you're not trying to steal second base. You've got to make sure that Wick goes to home plate. You're merely just trying to get in motion so that if the ball is hit on the ground, you're able to get to second base, and that run from third can score.
Wick sets. This time he'll go to the plate, and he struck him out. Austin faked the throw down to second. Chance takes second. But how about the big strikeout by Wick and Jake Thomas?
What's that slider in the dirt? He said that was a really good one. Give him credit. Give Wick, you got to tip your hat there. 3-2 in that spot. Certainly it ended up out of the strike zone. But to throw that pitch that hard against the hitter that good, Elliott Avent out to the mound, not wasting any time. He's going to make a change right here. It's going to be easily coming in the game as that Wolfpack bullpen continues to get some work here early.
So he leaves Andrew Wick in to face the most dangerous Binghamton Bearcat in Jake Thomas. And he gets a good hand from this crowd because he threw a filthy slider to get him. 2 away here, top of the 5th. And now easily should come in for the Wolfpack. Don't miss a minute of the action from the NCAA Baseball Regionals. Follow every game on ESPN2.